As I lay here in bed in the dark, and the more I talk with Spirit, Spirit shows me why there's so much frustration, hostility. See, people want to point fingers at the past, the history. Okay, you want to point fingers at each culture and where each other's from and who caused what problems and who did what to who. Not realizing that everybody has been a victim. Doesn't matter what side you're on, you've been a victim. And it's been a victim of the systems. The systems have put you against one another, have lied to you about each other, have made it out like you were the problem, that you were the one to blame. Well, in a sense, we all are. Because see, you put people into power, you put government, you vote them in. And it's been happening for quite some time. And that's the thing that people don't understand and they don't get, is that you have to blame in this too. Because every time you go and vote, you strongly believe that you're doing the right thing. But what you're actually doing is you're giving power and control to a system that put you against one another in the first place. You want to say that this group of people did that, this color people did that, that color people did that. You enslaved us and we enslaved you, but those are things that people don't want to look at because everybody's hurt by it. Not realizing and understanding that it's not the people that did it to you, it's the system. It trained them, it programmed them, but you keep voting them in. Why? Why do you keep voting those people in? Because you say they're going to do right by us. But they're not doing right by anyone. Except for the ones that, they like to cater to. Because that's how they get their votes. So if they keep you fighting against one another, then the ones that they side with, then those are the ones that vote for them. So it's like you still don't get it, do you? People say they teach history in school and what have you, but you're supposed to learn from the past. Are you really learning anything yet, or are you still fighting over it? You're still saying you did this to my ancestors. Well, you did that to mine. But you'll say that they didn't. You only go by what's put in your face, and most people don't really look deeper than what they're taught. That's the program. That's what keeps you at war. That's what keeps your swords up and your fists swinging. Meanwhile, the very people that you vote in that's actually causing the problems and the pain and suffering are sitting behind their walls at their meetings saying that, they're coming and working together to make things better for the people. Meanwhile, they're all lining their pockets and keeping you fighting. You keep saying truth and reconciliation, but until you see your side of the truth, your wrongdoings, well, your ancestors' wrongdoings, and their hand in it all, you're never going to come to truth and reconciliation. Because in order to come to true truth and reconciliation, you have to see the truth. And the system keeps you blinded to it. Your system is what's in charge, so that's what does it to you. And you blame each other, you blame your neighbor, you fight with your neighbor, you scream. You say white people this, black people that, Indian people this, Indian people that, indigenous this, indigenous that, we get this, we get that, you owe us this, you owe us that. So when is it that people are going to step back and see that the ones that truly owe you anything are the very ones that you vote in? And they don't care what color you are. You'll say they do, but they actually don't. Because there's a mix of all races in the government. The very ones that you put in power. You say, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. These people do this and these people do that. Really? So you speak for everyone? No, you don't. But see, the thing is, every time you vote, you give your voice to someone else to speak for you. Nobody wants to talk. Because in order to be able to talk, you have to look into it yourself. Are you ready for a medium yet? The one that will sit there and be unbiased to all? Because people say about being unbiased, but when you actually sit with them, you find out that they're not unbiased at all. They're just as biased as their neighbor. They're just as biased as the one sitting next to them. They're just as biased as their family member, as their preacher, their teacher, their doctor, their judge, their lawyer, their politician. Because in order to come to true reconciliation, you need to see all forms of the truth, that everyone has been enslaved. You'll say you own this, you own that. Your culture will say that nobody owns anything. We don't live on the land or off the land. We are one with the land. But you don't even abide by that. I thought you were concerned and you knew all about your ancestors. My question is, what ancestors are you talking about?